right, my name's Mike, and I've been out of school 10 years, and I went to a pretty bad high school in Louisville. But I spent the last 7 years of my life working with extremely abused teenage girls and kids from ranges from ages of 6 to about 19. And most recently, I worked with autistic kids in New Albany. And one thing that I learned is that you can't just teach kids like that, because you have to be fully equipped or extremely invested, and you really just have to care. And what that looks like is having empathy. You don't need anything else to teach anybody. But if you have empathy, you have everything. You can literally teach anybody anything, even if you don't know it yourself, because understanding somebody is, it's the background, it helps everybody. And to piggyback off some of the issues on the young lady that spoke about LGBT, mentor girls and boys alike, who struggle with that stuff. And regardless of whether I believe in it or not, nobody needs to know that. What they need to know is that I don't like it when people suffer. And essentially, if you have a school, that has it as their motto, it doesn't matter whether you're black or you're an illegal immigrant or from Alaska, you're gonna feel welcome. And like JCPS, it's not really a welcoming place. Like, I used to enjoy going to high school, football and basketball games a few years after I graduated, but to see the, lack of effort in being an all-inclusive, program for any school, it's just horrible. I've mentored kids, at facilities who were there for, having suicidal ideations from schools, the best schools. I'm not going to name any schools, but from the best schools and the worst schools. Almost every school in Jefferson County, I have mentored a kid from there. And also to have these kids who are branded with that label because they may be getting bullied or something like that, and they have to do something a little sideways to defend themselves, and people start branding them, and then they have to go back to school or get kicked out of school altogether, and they're labeled by a grade, and then they get themselves together, and they can't even get back into the school that they want to get back into because they still have this label. That's not all inclusive. That kind of sounds like our justice system. Once you have a felony, it's a wrap. You can't get anywhere. Even though people say that you can, you really can't unless you go and, you really have to fight harder than everybody else. And so, that's kind of what I wanted to say so that everybody can kind of, understand that, we're here because we care. But at the end of the day, if you don't have empathy, you're really not going to reach, that student who came to school for a break because, they have issues at home that they can't control, that their parents probably can't control. And we got to stop the labeling, because that's where we get into this psychological cycle of thinking that, oh, well, it's just a parent's fault. You mentioned it takes a village to raise a child. We haven't been a village since I've been born, and I'm almost 29. So that's really saying something. I should be able to go anywhere, regardless of who I am, what I believe, and be able to learn something at any school. And that's just not the case. So, hopefully this plan works, but I want you to really invest in making sure that teachers and administrators are taught that regardless of whether the principal or, even you who may walk through a school, that you can have a very empathetic conversation with the kid, and that may be the spark that keeps them going for the rest of the school year. Because it only takes one person to care. And some kids will go the entire school year without having that one person. So, thank you. All right, thank you.